Well, hello. My name is Daddy-O. I do some faceless channels and I do a couple of face channels. But here's what we're going to talk about today because I've been answering responses. All right, we're going to jump on to something else I've done in the past today. And it's for you guys that are wanting to do Uber. I'm an Uber driver. I do a lot of stuff. Come on. Um, but I'm getting people, listen, I rent a vehicle to do Uber in, and I'm getting a lot of responses off of several videos I've done too in the past, talking about if you want to be an Uber driver, rent a vehicle. Don't put the mileage on your own vehicle. I've talked about this before, but I'm getting responses and questions from people that are still seeing those videos. Yes, I'm going to answer the first one I had. The last question I've answered so far, this morning. I think it was last night. I answered a question on, I pay $305 a week to rent a vehicle through Avis to do Uber with. And there's great benefits to doing that because I'm not putting mileage on my own vehicle. Anytime I need to have something done. In fact, I just got back. I haven't even done anything else today. I haven't even done an Uber ride today. I had an appointment set up this morning to do an oil change. I went out to do the oil change. They just got done with the oil change. I got back to go to work. And while I was out there, though, they said I needed some new tires. So now they're going to put it in to Avis and Uber to okay, or through Avis, actually. They're the ones that okay it, to get me some new tires on the vehicle. I don't have to pay for nothing. It's all being done for me. I mean, when I go do an oil change, they completely service the vehicle. They do everything. Rotate tires, check your water, check your battery, check. They check it all. They make sure it's okay because that's what Avis requires them to do. I don't have to pay for any of it. So I'm telling you, renting a vehicle and doing Uber, because I do it 7 days a week. So it's beneficial to me. If you're one of the people out there that's doing Uber only a couple days a week, it might not work for you doing a rental. It all depends on the market that you're in. If you can go out there and do $200 or $300 a day, which you can in some markets, then a rental might work for you if you're only doing Uber a couple days a week, because you can use the vehicle the rest of the week. So yeah, I mean, it's the easiest way. I've said it before. I used to work for a company 15 years ago, a cab company, a transportation company. We did limos, everything. Didn't matter. Every day I had to pay them, when I worked for them, $65 a day. $65 a day. I paid them every day at the end of the day. And they fed me runs just like Uber does. So this is more economical than it was 15 years ago for me. I get out and I work. I make my money every day. On every Tuesday, yesterday, I had to make sure that in the one bank account that I have set up just for this purpose, I had to make sure that I had $305 in there. And that was it. It's the simplest the way to do Uber without having to owning a vehicle or using your own personal vehicle. Now, the question yesterday was, do I have to have the $305 or my money up front? Yes. You're paying for it. You come in, you're going to use it for the next week. The next week you put in for the next week. And you just stay ahead of the game. So you walk into Avis or whoever you decide. Hertz also does it through Uber. You just walk in there and offer them or hand them, whatever their fee is, and away you go. You can go to work. Soon as you do the paperwork at the rental place, you can walk out the door, sign on to Uber, and go to work right then. You're working. So all you got to do is just make arrangements, call. You can book it through the Uber app. There's all kind of ways to get this to happen for you. Make some inquiries, but it's the easiest way to do Uber without putting mileage and all that. It's the only way to do it without putting mileage and stuff on your own vehicle. It saves a lot of wear and tear on your vehicle. It saves the mileage on your vehicle. It saves your resale value on when you get done, at the end of the year or whenever you decide to trade it out. You're gonna have some. So it's just simple. You don't even have to think about it. If you want to drive Uber, you don't want to put the mileage on your own vehicle, go do it. You need the money up front, all right, for the first week. And then each week you just make sure that you got whatever the fee is in your bank account. Because in my case, I started this on a Tuesday. And for the last, God, almost 2 years now, year and a half, 2 years, I've been going through Avis. Every Tuesday, they just take $305 out of my account. I just make sure it's in there. That's all you got to do. And it's simple to do this, to get it arranged. So if you're considering doing Uber and your vehicle's not up to par, it doesn't meet the requirements for Uber's vehicles, just go rent you one. Start working. Go to work. I mean, it's that simple. If you've qualified for Uber and you've already been doing some Ubering in your own vehicle, it's simple for you. You've already got it set up for you. You just don't realize it. Just make some inquiries. It's in your app. You can go in there. I'm sure they've probably sent you messages before on the app letting you know that you can do this. You may not have paid attention to it, but if you're new to Uber and you want to drive Uber, just make arrangements to go rent you a vehicle and get started. There's money out here to be made. There's, people are always telling me, why can't I find an Uber? Well, a lot of people have decided they don't want to do that because they don't want to use their own cars, maybe. So if you're a good person, good driver, and you want to do Uber, go rent your vehicle. Make this simple for yourself. I don't know what else to say about it. They cover all the insurance. They cover everything for you. You don't have to have nothing but a good driver's license. Go to work. Make some money out here. That's just as simple as it can be. Don't be discouraged by your vehicle or by someone else. And that's all I really want to talk about today on this video. I do other videos on other kind of stuff. But today, because I've been getting so many inquiries on a video that I did over a month ago, I'm getting a lot of views still off that video, a lot of inquiries, people asking questions. And the big one was yesterday that I got, that I've seen before, was, do I have to have the money up front? And yes, you need to have my case 305, and you go to work. You can walk out the door. If you're in a big market Uber area, you can go to work, make that money back today, or over the next 24 hours. You can definitely go back out there. If you're in a big city, you can go to work and make some money right away. I don't work the big market areas. I work in a small market area, and I'm still able to do it. There's not a lot of Ubers where I work at. There's not a big demand for them. But I choose to stay in my local area because I know it so damn well. You get in my vehicle, I know where you're going, I know what's going on, and I have an audience. I have people that I'll drive several times a week because I'm usually pretty much the only guy out here doing this. There may be a couple others during the daytime that show up that bring someone over from the airport over to the hotels. They'll hang around for a little bit. I can see them on the app. And also, if you're an Uber driver and you want to know what's going on and you've never learned this little trick before, bring up the Uber rider app. It'll show you how many Ubers are out here. When you act like you're a rider and you're looking for a ride, bring up that app. It'll show you how many Ubers are around you that are active right now, that are not on a run. If they're on a run, they're not going to show up. That's common sense. But if they're not on a run and they're hanging around your area, you can go up and see. Yesterday I clicked on it one time. There was 8 of them out here in my area. That let me know they had brought people over from the airport. I've seen this so many times. They'll bring people over from the airport. They'll hang around. They'll work it for a little bit until they realize the runs here are so small that you're not going to make a whole lot of money on every run. You have to knock out a number of small runs during the day to make it work. That's what I do. But I don't go more than 10 miles. I don't even go that far sometimes. My acceptance rate the other day was at 8%. I only accept 8% of the runs they try to give me because they've always tried to give me runs, sending me way somewhere else. I'm not going. I don't take those runs. I'm not taking those runs 20 miles away from here. That's not this Uber. That's not how I operate. I stay in my area, I work my area, and I work it hard 7 days a week to make my money to pay for my rental and pay for other things I need that my other income doesn't cover. That's how I work it, you know. But anyway, I just wanted to say something because I'm getting comments off of this old video that I've done, 2 of them, talking about renting a vehicle and doing your Uber. And it's simple to do, guys. So if you're considering it, check into it. See if it'll work for you in your area. I run into people sometimes that talk about where they're from. There are no Ubers. So there's a lot of areas there are no Ubers around. So it might not work out in your area. But if you're in a big city or near a big city, you can go to work and make some money and make your 305 with no problem. I mean, if I have to push it to get my money, if it's a slow week or a slow time, I'll take a little extra run that I would not normally take. I'll go a little extra further just to make that $10 or $15 extra run instead of a $3 or $4 run, which is more common where I'm at. Most of my runs are $4 and $5, $6 in the evening, $7. That's what I work, but I work it hard and I make it work. But anyway, I just want to comment, if you're interested in renting a vehicle or doing Uber and you need to get a vehicle that works, that's better than what you've got, or you don't want to put the mileage on your vehicle, go rent your vehicle. Just get out there and do it. Make you a channel. Have some fun with this because it's easy to get out here and do Uber if you really want to do that, if you're capable of doing that. But anyway, I'm going to let you go with that because that's all I got to say, because I was getting so many comments off these 2 old videos that I've done. They're still getting a ton of views on them, and people seem to be interested in it. And I'm still getting comments off those videos from people asking me questions. And the big one was that I probably never answered in the other 2 videos was, do I have to have my money up front? Yes, you need to have your whatever it is when you walk in the door. They'll run your card, they'll keep it on file, and then the next week they'll hit you again, so just be ready for it and get out and make some money. Anyway, I'll let you go with that today. For now, Daddy-O out. See you later. Bye.